So, there's been something that I've been wanting to say for a while now, and I feel that it's best to be honest about this. And the truth is that I am trans, and I have been for a long time now. I used to be public about it, but things happened 3 years ago that led me to becoming silent. And this was like things like hateful comments, and then the one or two individuals that would go beyond just comments, and like people saying stuff to me that's nasty and intended to offend is just like, it doesn't get to me. But it's the fact that when people go beyond that it becomes a problem, especially for my safety. So I decided not to be honest about it anymore, to the point where I guess I've trapped myself in silence for 3 years, not being able to talk, not being able to share my opinion and such as freely as I usually would, or well, would like to, I guess. So I just want to say that I'm sorry for not being open and honest about it, and I miss being able to talk. I miss being able to have fun. I hate being stuck in a constant motion of anxiety, because what I can just say is that it sucks. It just does. You're going to have to forgive the fact that my model is a bit scuffed. I attempted, with help of course, to get this model into VR chat, and I sort of scuffed up the hands really badly, and I've never fixed them. So there's that. I suppose you could just say that TF2's big, meaty hands don't exactly translate well into any other game. At least if you're someone like me trying to do a bad job at porting a model. So, there is that. So, the big question would be now, well, one of the big questions would be, will I be talking in my future videos? And I'm going to be honest and say that I probably won't. I might change my mind, but I probably won't. Even before I went silent, I attempted to do scripted videos. And it's just, let's just say that it felt cringy, and it just feels more natural just to speak what you think as you say it, unless it's some sort of like formal announcement, like the Sender Fortress updates. Those are like written, then proofread, and all that stuff. Whereas something like a video where you're voicing your opinion, or you're just trying to talk to someone through video, you know those YouTubers that suffer from that syndrome, where they constantly repeat the same goddamn phrase that gets on your nerves? And there's some YouTubers in the TF2 community that do that. And there's plenty of YouTubers across the entire spectrum that do that. And let's just say that if you are or novice at script writing, like like I am, then you're going to fall into this trap a lot. So I don't personally want to attempt to do videos where I'm talking. Will I talk publicly in a server? Probably not. TF2 is just that kind of game where I don't really feel the need to voice chat. I know that some people have made a joke about how fast my typing is, but I guess you have TF2 for that, because of the amount of times where you have to type as fast as possible, or else the imminent threat that's coming for you is going to get you. So you have to type as fast as you can. Yes, so my rapid typing speed is probably because of TF2. But regardless, it's like I feel that speaking in real time, speaking what comes to my mind, what I think about the matter, is probably a lot better than it is if I was to rehearse something. Of course, I won't attempt to speak about something I don't know anything about, because that'd be silly. But, you know, just so if I have an opinion on something, like I think something about TF2 that should be talked about, it's easier for me just to talk about it, you know, there and then, rather than rehearsing it and scripting it and all that stuff. Because I find it cringy. I just do. I may change my mind on that later on in life. I have no idea. But I'm just not that kind of person. To some people, they may find that entertainment. So some people may find doing that is just fine. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And then people that watch it, perfectly fine. But it's just, for me personally, I don't like it. And it just gets on my nerves. So, I probably will keep my videos to be mute. Probably just focus on editing them if they're something that isn't gameplay. Like the unboxing stuff. So, there is that. So, the big question is, what happens now? And, as I've said before, is that I will probably continue to making videos. Probably. I currently have no idea. Or I might stop. I honestly don't know at this point. Although I probably will continue making videos, because I do enjoy making them. Even though some of them can just be very simple and basic, every video I produce just feels like an accomplishment. It doesn't matter how well it does. If it gets tons of views, awesome. And if it doesn't, then it's like, oh well, so what? I just feel satisfied producing videos. And also when it comes to managing Cinder Fortress, writing its code, just when you code in a system and then it works, it just feels satisfying. And I guess it's just because I used to do level design first with the Hammer editor, and let me tell you, I don't do level design anymore because Hammer is just horrible. It really is. It's a horrible tool. And more often than not, it went from just being, satisfied you main maps to being annoyed, because every compile you do, something was wrong, you have to go and fix it, and then if you playtest it, someone will find a problem, it was a constant back and forth of problems with making maps that just made it hassle because of the compile times. So you had your problems times by compile times. You can see where it becomes very frustrating to do levels in TF2, in Source in general. Despite the fact that I know how to keep my compile times under like 5 minutes regardless of the map size. And even though I could have like lightning fast recompiles, the fact that I'd have to reboot the map as well and all that stuff. Whereas coding was just like, it feels satisfying because you get instant results. The same with making a video. Except for long ones, of course, because there's been many times where I've rendered a video and then I've forgotten my watermark. The amount of times I've done that, it kills my motivation to make a video for the day. And then just like, but for some reason I get it back, and I go back in, and I just re-render the video. But yeah. So, I guess this is the end of the video. All I'm just going to say is, thank you for watching, and thank you for hearing me out, I suppose. Even though most of it was just a goddamn fucking ramble mess. So yeah. Bye.